Hey everyone, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. In today's video, I'm super excited, and that is because we will be installing a digital cluster in my 20-year-old BMW e46. I have a 2002 BMW 330 Ci, and we will be installing a digital cluster. You guys know I love my tech, you know I love my retrofits, so today we'll be doing a awesome upgrade. I have a digital cluster, my F10, and I love it, so let's modernize the e46 a little bit today and throw in a digital cluster, and eventually we'll be throwing in an NBT Evo into my e46. I actually just tested it a few nights ago and it does work, but I'm still a ways away. I need a lot of custom parts, a lot of just everything custom to make this work. So e46 NBT retrofit is underway, but today we'll be installing a digital cluster. Before I show you guys this digital cluster, I should mention this is from ID4 Motion. That's the one that I'll be installing. Of course, I'll have it linked down below. We'll do an install video today, show you guys a little bit around it, and of course a full review video letting you guys know what I think, because it is a big investment, especially for your car, but I think it's an awesome upgrade and an awesome investment for your e46, whether you have a 330 Ci like I do or an e46 M3. There's some awesome features. You can add a backup camera into the digital display, which is really cool. So your cluster will have a backup camera in the middle of it. You can also add blind spot warnings, I believe, which will integrate into the cluster. So there's some awesome add-ons that you can do to really upgrade your e46. So let's get this old cluster out and install the new one. Should be pretty simple. All right, everyone, taking a look at what comes in the box, we have the new trim. This is where the display will sit behind. In here, we have some accessories. Basically the new wiring harness that we'll figure out. This, which is to control, I believe, the themes. So that's really all you get, and then the main display, which I'll show you guys now. And there it is, there's your new cluster. So I believe we take out the old one, we mount this in first, and then we snap this into it, and it screws in. It's really nothing to it. Here are all the connectors on the back that we'll figure out. And yeah, it's super simple. There's a USB port that you can run an extension to and some other stuff. So we'll figure out how we're gonna install this in a second. We have to remove the old one, and yeah, that's about it. Take this off at the end. Again, we're not gonna wanna get it dirty or anything like that, but it looks super awesome, very excited, super simple. This is already pre-coded to your VIN, so you have to give them your VIN when purchasing. But other than that, let's get started. So there's two T15 screws holding in the cluster. I also dropped my steering wheel all the way down and pulled it all the way out. So just give us the most room possible for this. Like that, two screws out. Now, stick your fingers behind, wiggle it out, and should be two connectors. One that slides, and another one that slides. I'll show you in a second, but it's the standard BMW connectors. That's the cluster. Two connectors, one right there, other one right there. It's probably hard for you guys to see it. And then we're left with these two connectors right here, the standard BMW connectors that we all know and love. So now we have these two connectors right here, these two black ones. These are what's going to go to the original BMW harness. We have a small one and a big one, and just line them up. They should only go in one way. So we'll try this way. Snaps in, easy. Same thing with this one. Doesn't go in that way, it's a little tough. Snaps in, easy. Like I said, should not be a lot of effort. And now these are gonna plug into the new cluster. And this cable right here is to switch. I don't know where we're routing this. We gotta find a spot for it. Let me work on that real quick. So I'll show you guys in a second, but I routed this wire right here actually under the steering wheel, and I think I'm gonna stick this under the steering wheel, and this will be my control. Unfortunately, I don't live in the EU and I don't have a European car, but European cars have a little cubby right under the driver's side knee kick panel, and of course my car is US, so I don't have that. So I think it's gonna stick right under the steering wheel. I think that's a good spot. You can't see it, and only I would be able to know where it is and click it. So I think that's the cleanest spot right now. Right now, I'll just leave it dangling until we figure out what we are going to do with it. Plugs in. Plugs in. So they're just like that, plugged in, 1, 2, and then we can snake all of this. It's in there. Okay. That's good. So we're in there, hopefully you guys can see that. And now, let's do the rest. I'm gonna pull this off right now. cool. And now we're gonna take this piece, it's gonna snap in, snap everything in nice and clean. All right, well, the top screws are not in, but I figured we'd do a first boot and just see what it does. Oh, that's so cool. It says, "Welcome, Evan." That is awesome. Definitely need to do some configuration because we have some lights, but awesome, awesome, awesome. Love it. Let me play around with it and I'll be back. So I did do some messing around with it. I need to show you guys this at night, but we basically customized it. We set my mileage. We did everything that we could do. This controller right here really does control it all. So you definitely need to find a decent spot for it. I have it out right now just so I can see what I'm doing. Very important. Basically hold the center button, brings up your menu. These control how you get around in the menu to set your mileage, your time, everything like that. So right now I'm just in the basic theme. We will go through and take a look at some of the themes. I do have a check engine light and some ABS stuff. That's just what was going on with the car previously, but everything else seems to be functioning. If I rev it, my rev tack goes up. So it is working. So very cool. All these temperatures look to be correct. So happy with that. So yeah, I'm gonna go put those screws in. All right, so one thing I did want to give you guys is another look at some of the themes that I really like to use. So this one right here is really cool. Rev tack works, everything like that. We can see the outside coolant temp is messed up, it's unplugged. We do have some other information, distance till empty, average speed. See my gas over here. I do have some lights that I need to deal with. See my odometer, everything like that. This is a very cool one. I believe it's called Orbit. We'll actually check right now. So if you press and hold the menu button on it, we can go under Appearance and then go under, oop, I missed it. Theme, and then this is the one that it comes with, but the one that I really like is this one right here, is the Luxe one. So this is another look that looks super cool. We can pick all different colors. I really like the orange, and the yellow looks really cool. So we have the tack on the right, speedometer on the left, same information. Here we see that the fuel says 54, oil temp is 214, which is really important to know our oil temp, because previously on the original E46 cluster, you only get coolant, which coolant's 2.8, but oil temps is pretty important too. So I really like this theme, all different colors. There are more themes that you can get. I don't believe I have all of them. The other thing that I really like, it's Orbit Drift, and then you can see them all. So Orbit Drift is the one that I just had on when I started. This one's really cool. I really like it in the center, it looks super futuristic. The orange really looks cool. So we have our coolant over here. We have average speed, and then we have our tachometer with our digital speed right there. So super cool. And then there are some other things that you can do. There's like night mode that you can configure. There's sport mode. There's all different other things. Your startup screen, startup message. We're gonna go for a drive real quick so you can see I'm gonna use my iPhone, but I wanna show you guys the shift lights that it has, because that's super cool. So let's go take a look at the shift lights before we close out today's video. And then again, full review will be on its way. So if we take a look at the shift lights, you can see that they change colors when you need a shift. Kind of hard to do with one hand and film, so it's the best I can do to show you guys the shift lights and how they operate. We'll hopefully get someone else in the car and do a better video of that, but those are the shift lights. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We're still getting back into the swing of things. Finally got this cluster installed. So you'll be seeing this video, you'll be seeing my brake video and some other various videos that I have in the works, just haven't finished. Basically, I started them, never finished them. Why I'm wearing different clothes, different shirt, because this is a completely different day. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I think the cluster's an awesome upgrade to do. We'll have a review, time will tell how I like it. So we'll do a full review. If you guys wanna see that review, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and tell me how much you guys wanna see that review. That will get me to pump it out sooner rather than later. Like I said, this is an ID4 motion cluster. They make them for the e46, they make them for the e60, e90, I think they make them for the e70, they make them for some other cars, but they're absolutely awesome clusters. I'll have this linked down below. If you guys have any questions about this cluster, leave them in the comments below. I'll be sure to answer them. With all that being said, I'm going to close out the video. Don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for your continued support.